So in structuring your related text essays, there are a number of techniques which you can use in order to produce an essay which is really successful. Now, it's absolutely your choice as to which of these essay styles you use, and it might definitely be a case of trial and error, writing some different practice essays based on the different themes, getting feedback from a teacher, and then deciding which of these styles suits you the best. The first style is the block method. And it's called the block method because it's literally like different blocks on top of each other. So each paragraph discusses one idea in one text only. This is the easiest type of essay to write and also the most logical, purely because you're layering the blocks on top of each other and it's not requiring too much links between them and too much analysis. Basically what you have is 6 paragraphs on your set text, then 2 on your first additional material, and then 2 on your second additional material. So you literally just have the blocks layered one on top of another in an easy and relatively doable approach. The pros of the block method are that you're really allowed to order the importance of your content. When you're writing essays, you really need to make sure that your most important and your best arguments are coming out at the very beginning. Because this means that if you're running out of time, that your first essay, the first paragraphs you've got out are your absolute best ones, and you don't need to worry about the fact that you've only got your bad ideas down on the page and not your good ones. So as I've said, this will really assist people who have trouble with time management. The cons are that some people will say this essay style is unsophisticated because of the lack of links between texts it provides. However, it's really important that you make a decision between sophistication and logic. If you feel like that by writing this essay, you're going to be producing the most logical essay you can, this is obviously going to be preferable over writing an essay which you think is sophisticated, but is really just confusing and all over the place. So you need to make this decision as a student yourself. What's the second method? Well, it's the integrated blocks method. Basically, in this approach is that in each paragraph you have one idea per text in each paragraph. This essentially means that every second paragraph is going to be about one of your additional materials. So for example, you have a section on your set text, then a section on your first related text, then a section on your set text, then a section on your second related text. And it really allows you to link up topics through matching themes with your related text and then themes which you can also see in your set text, and showing the similarities and then also the differences and linking these up. So the pros, as I've said, it provides a sophisticated connection, and it's really a way of showing off to the marker that you've not only got a logical response, but you've also got one which is sophisticated in its links. It's got logic, and teachers are very pleased by this method where you seem to be integrating your paragraphs and addressing your area of study themes throughout the paragraphs rather than just blocking them off in the block method approach. However, the cons are that you have to link your paragraphs, and this can be quite tricky. So until you've mastered this, it's best to stick with the block approach and then perhaps gradually move across to this once you feel like you've grasped that skill. The final method is called the integrated approach. Now, the integrated approach is where you provide one topic in one paragraph only. Basically what you do is discuss in relation to your set text and then additional material within the same paragraph. So you're packing everything you know about that theme into one paragraph. And it can be quite difficult because it means you're juggling 3 different texts and having to provide 3 sets of examples, 3 sets of techniques, and 3 sets of effects, all within one paragraph. So as I've said, some students are able to include all 3 of their texts in a paragraph. The pros are, if it's written well, it's extremely sophisticated and the marker is going to be very impressed by the way in which you've structured your response. However, the key here is if it's written well, it can definitely be a trap for students. You don't want to fall into having a poorly written essay based on the fact you're trying to juggle too many factors. The cons are that it's extremely difficult, as well as the fact that it leads to a bit of sidetracking and waffling because you're juggling so many ideas and you don't know what's coming next. It can also mean a lack of detail purely because your paragraphs can only be so long and you can only fit so many quotes into a paragraph. And if you're trying to fit all 3 in one, it really means that Perhaps you're not getting the best and the right number of examples in each paragraph. It can also create illogical responses due to the fact that your ideas simply don't make sense together and you're trying to mash too many concepts into one paragraph. So, when structuring your related text essays, you firstly need to choose what structure you're going to use from the previous slides, and then develop a skeleton plan. Now, a skeleton plan is literally quite like a skeleton. It's the first draft of any essay, which makes up the bones of the essay which you're going to produce later. So it's an outline of subtitles, dot points, and keywords, which you can then develop and flesh out into a really solid essay at the end of the day. You can also include technique terms in this, which you can use then to go on to develop your essay in more specific detail. You can also write down key quotes in this list, which you think are particularly relevant to your area of study and which you really want to see included in your essay. So, this brings us to the end of our lesson today on choosing related material. Once you've chosen your related material, it's really important that you draw upon the structures we've examined to choose and practice a structure which you think is right for you. Once you've chosen appropriate related materials, you then need to put them into essay form and continually practice until your exams come around to ensure that you show off your English skills to the best of your ability.